So welcome ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. So as you guys know, the season is done. We have finished the first season with Everton on our playthrough. And honestly, this is the fastest I've ever gone through a season. You know, I was lucky enough to sit down and play literally 2 matches per episode, which has helped get this thing going. But I wanted to talk about manual. I wanted to talk about the first ever, because this is, as I said before, the first ever time I've ever sat down. That's a lot of evers. But the first time I've ever sat down and played a full manual season on PES. And I have played PES since the ISS days. I just have. So I wanted to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about what mods I was using. I get a lot of questions about it. I will answer those in today's video. I will hopefully have a little bit of gameplay in the background for you guys to see probably some goals that I've scored in manual throughout the season, depending on how many videos I have on my computer, because I don't keep them all, as they're like 10, 11 gig a piece. But anyway, let's dive into it. So, manual itself, how has it gone for me comparing sort of manual to pass assist with the other playthroughs I've done? Well, you guys saw the start of the season. It was tough. I started on Superstar, found it a little bit difficult. Then we did drop it down to top player, got a little bit more consistent, and then we went back to Superstar, and I felt like it was all right. It balanced out. Now, there hasn't been as many goals, and that's kind of to be expected. But the team spirit now is starting to build a little bit more. I think we're up to like 92, 93. So next season, we'll be excited to see how that goes. But yeah, we started off a little bit slow. We got a little bit better. And then once we put it to Superstar, you know, we won some, we drew some, we lost a few. But my biggest thing, and I want to talk about this right now, is sort of the AI, the CPU. Now, I was playing with Clashman's Tactics #1. Okay, you guys saw that. Most teams I played against had fluid formation. All right, so what that means is the teams are set up in 3 ways. All right, if you don't know what fluid formation is you have a kickoff, which is one formation. When you don't have the ball is another formation, and then when you're attacking and with the ball is a final formation that they change. So it makes the teams all play, you know, a little bit different to each other. I don't like using fluid formation. I feel like I play better without it. But I do think it helps negate some of the problems with the AI. Saying that, however, you know, I did feel like playing on manual this year, and you guys probably saw it. You know, the AI was up and down, up and down. And you know, we've never had actual proof. Like, Konami have never come out and said, like, if you play on manual, the AI plays a little worse, or they kind of play on, you know, less on rails. But it really does feel like that. I mean, every match I played, even the top teams, they'd still lose possession. They'd still get dispossessed with it, and even do some silly things at times. And I wasn't playing with any gameplay mods, folks. None whatsoever. The only thing I added afterwards was, I think it was Gabe, I can't remember his name, Gabe over on EvoWeb, sent me a file that helped with the goalies. It basically lowered their rating a little bit. So when you're playing on Superstar, it's like top player goalies. But that's for me as well. So it's not like just the CPU has that. No, that's the whole game. So I have top player goalies. The computer has top player. It's the same. That was the only mod that I used that affected the gameplay. Nothing else. Nothing else. A lot of people came in and they said, are you playing on a different game speed? No, everything was default, 0, standard. It may look a little bit faster sometimes with the way things are recorded and then the bitrate and all that, but that's just the way videos work. But on a whole, yes, I felt like the CPU has become a little bit more dumbed down compared to playing on pass assist. Because when you're on pass assist, okay, you can generally have a controller and you can just press X and the ball's going to go straight to that player. Manual is a little bit different. Now, manual, I still feel like manual has a slight assist. I will say this much. There is a slight assist on manual, because there was a few times where I would hit full power and the ball would only go literally half the length of where it should be going. I had one match, I remember I played it was a very soft pass, but the ball went straight to the player. So I feel like, yes, there is still some sort of an assist on manual, but it is the least amount assisted, of course, out of all of it. So as a whole, I enjoyed playing the AI because they didn't feel superhuman. Now, I did feel like in some matches they could have pressed me a little bit more. They could have done this, they could have done that. That could be down to formations. It could not. I don't know. I didn't design the game. I didn't program it. This is the end of the life cycle now of PES, and we're getting to that point where everything's becoming a little bit samey, and we need something fresh, right? That's why PES 2022 next year, I'm buzzing for it. I mean, right now it's a long way away when you think about it. Hopefully we'll get some sort of gameplay or something next summer. But I'm buzzing for that. But it is time for a new engine. It's getting outdated now, and it's just to the point where we need something new, fresh, revamped, better AI, better coding, everything. So you do what you can. But on a whole, I will say I enjoyed this Master League, and I hope you guys did as well. You guys seem to enjoy it far more than I've ever enjoyed a Master League, because I had to sit down and I had to focus and I had to concentrate. If my shooting was pathetically bad, and it was quite a few times, you guys saw it. When you put it on basic shooting, it's easy. You just aim for the corner, you press shoot, the ball goes there. Even advanced shooting, it's easier. The ball generally goes on target. Manual's different. You've got to get that analog perfectly right. The analog stick has to be where you want it to go. Probably my biggest problem was finishing, and shooting is the hardest thing. So if you are looking to maybe have a bit of a challenge and play on manual, I'd probably say, look, go in there, play on manual with passing, and then leave basic shooting. And once you get a feel for the manual passing, then you can ramp it up and play on manual shooting, because that's going to be the test, and that's probably what's going to drive you up the wall. But on a whole, I thoroughly enjoyed this season, people. I really did have a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to next season. There's going to be maybe some changes with the team, we'll see. But Champions League football's guaranteed, that's for sure. So we've got the FA Cup as well. And we've got the teams coming up and down, so there'll be some changes there. I don't even know if I've done 2 seasons before in a Master League. Normally I do a season, and then I'll start another season. I don't plan on doing it this time. I want to do a couple of seasons, even more than 2, 3. We'll see how things pan out. See players grow, see players develop. That's the purpose of this playthrough. Sebastian Villa, who came in for us, has been a fantastic signing. A lot of you guys have said when it comes to best players of the season, you've got Alan there, was fantastic. James Rodriguez, Villa, when he came in, fantastic player as well. I thought Mbabu was a good signing. So you guys came in here and mentioned some players and I'd never even heard of, and they worked out fantastically well. So thank you very much, peeps, for giving me those names. So yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with the way things went. It was a poor start to the season, got a little bit better, and we ended up finishing 3rd. Yeah, we got knocked out in the FA Cup, but next season is going to be the telltale sign of how things go, because we're going to need more players because of squad rotation, because we're going to be playing numerous games every single week with the Champions League, or at least to start with, as long as we don't get, knocked out. So, yeah, next season is going to be, I think, harder than this season. But overall, I will say my first real manual experience on PES for a full season in Master League, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the learning curve. I enjoyed your interaction as well, people. I really did. You guys have been fantastic, and I do read all the comments, of course. So yeah, that's my end of season kind of review type for manual. As simple as that. Now let's talk about some mods, if you guys are interested in what mods I used. So obviously I had Stadium Server, so we had all the stadiums for the Premier League, and we had Trophy Server, which, you'll see the trophies when you win, but we didn't really do any of that. Scoreboard Server, so that's how we got all the Premier League stuff. That's very, very simple. I did have some corner flags set up as well. So when we played at Goodison Park, you saw Everton. If you played at Stamford Bridge, you saw Chelsea. The ball server as well was in there too, although I probably do need to update that. So that's everything that was sort of in the content folder. Mainly ball server, corner flag, scoreboard, stadium server, trophy server. There was some weather conditions, but I don't think I really used much there. And then when it came to sort of the live CPK files that I was actually using in game, I had there was a new net sound that I used. You guys may have heard it a few times. It sounded really nice, to be fair. It was quite authentic. We did tweak the goalies, as I said, so we toned down the keepers to top player, which I have no problem doing that. And I honestly, if it gets to the point where Superstar is too easy, I could go Legend. It might be ridiculous, but I would also keep the goalies not at Legend, because I'd never score in a million years. I keep the goalies a top player, and I just up the difficulty to Legend, but that's probably quite a far way away. Also, faces. I had a selection of different faces as well. A whole host of them. So, yeah, if you guys want any of those, I don't even know. The thing about the face folder is it's just a bunch of numbers. That's it. I will list everything in the description and the pinned comments so you guys know what I'm using. But I didn't use a ton of mods this year, people. I really didn't. I had the cutscene mod from Evo Web, or the guy, I can't remember his name on Twitter, but he does all these cutscenes that he does. And he's also, I think, got something coming out shortly with new replays and that, which that's going to be fun to look at. And also ad boards. So we had some ad boards in there. Some of them are outdated now, but yeah, they still did the job. So that was pretty much it. I didn't have a ton of mods, folks. There wasn't a ton of them. I mean, PES on the whole looks like a good game. People often ask me about turf, and I'm not seeing any turf mods. So I thought I may have had a turf mod in here. I don't. I think they're all just standard turf mods, or playing actually, unless they've been added into the stadium server. That could be the reason as well. Because most of my matches were not played at default stadiums. They were all played at the stadium server. So that could very well be it, people, is the created stadiums all had turf sort of built into them. But that's it. That's it in a nutshell. That's all the mods we had. Just a couple of them. But they work. I'll leave them all there for you guys. And that's going to be about it. That's a short, sweet video today. Just discussing my experience with manual. I thought it was fantastic. I enjoyed it. You are going to pull your hair out at times. You are going to have some tough games. You are going to miss chances and chances. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing for me, what I enjoyed the most, was starting this Master League. And this is just at the start of the season. I think our team spirit when we started was like a 73 or a 74. End of the season, get out of the way. End of the season, we had a 92, a 93. So seeing the team develop and just start playing better and bringing in new players, starting fresh, and just trying to work for a chance to clinch the title. We didn't, unfortunately, but there's still a long way to go, folks. A long way to go. We shall return for Season 2 very, very shortly. Remember, we've also got FIFA Next Gen coming out on the 4th. So that'll be tomorrow. So that is coming out. And we are going to have a bit of a playthrough, test it out, and then we're going to be diving right back into some more Master League action with Everton. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Let me know your thoughts on if you've played on FUMA, full manual, which is what FUMA stands for, by the way. You'll play with no assists and manual shooting. That's pretty much it. That's everything in manual. So let me know if you've done it before, if you enjoyed it. If you have, fantastic. We'll return shortly, but until next time, hope you guys enjoyed it, and take care. This is all about the finish. Can he finish it off? He lays it across, and Richarlison's there. It's 1-0. Luigi celebrates. He's had the same suit on all season. It's his lucky suit and the old polish of the old boots.